And it's Tuesday. We're going to be starting off with some pull-ups. Just doing some standard weighted pull-ups with the backpack here. Make sure to do the full range of motion whenever you're doing pull-ups. Very important. Don't swing and kip. It really takes away from the benefits of the movement. So just go slow and steady. Use a band. Use assistance. Don't use weights. Whatever difficulty is proper for you to do the full range of motion up and down. Here you see me come down, lengthen my arms. And I'll just do a few different progressions. If you're here and you need a band for some help, then just use a band rather than trying to kip and swing your way up, because getting the proper range of motion and getting the proper number of reps in each time is going to be critical to getting better at this exercise, like any other exercise. But pull-ups is one where a lot of people just kind of count reps by swinging up and not really getting the benefit. So here you can see me go through 3 different exercises in this progression, and then move on to some hip L-sit holds. We're just trying to strengthen the hip flexors here. See, I'm getting a little bit of a good hold at the beginning, but then it quickly dips. So it's definitely a weakness that I'm trying to work on. And if you notice, the rings here are actually a little bit higher, so they can't swing vertically. So they're kind of against the wall there at the top. So I can't. So I'm forced to hold my grip at that pull-up angle, which is unexpectedly difficult. It's the first time I had the rings that high, and trust me when I say it's a lot more difficult than it is to be able to kind of like rotate your arms to a bicep position, to a more bicep focused position. So you learn something new every day. Here we're just gonna do some tucked raises, but these are pretty hard because, like I said, my arms were burned up here. But after that, we're just going to do some scapular raises. We're just going to keep the arms straight, raise the shoulder blades. This just works the scapula. It helps with the first motion of the pull-up and kind of strengthens the overall shoulders, which is very important. And then we do some rows, which kind of does the same thing here. It strengthens the back, the rear shoulders. I really like this exercise. Incorporating some sort of row and getting that motion in the back is really important. Also one of the exercises where I can really feel it, so I like to incorporate some sort of row, and you're going to see more of that moving forward. And then from the row, we're just going to do some straight arm scapular pulls. So this is going to work on the serratus, kind of the lats, the lower, the lower mid back. And you see here a little bit of adjustment as we switch up the bands. But overall, you want the most important thing for this exercise is to keep your arms as straight as possible, your body as straight as possible, as rigid as possible. You want to imagine you're trying to snap that bar in half to lock out your elbows, and that's how you're going to really feel it in your lats rather than like your triceps if you start bending and kind of doing like a tricep exercise. So don't do that for this one. And then follow it up with some supersets with some face pulls. Face pulls are a great exercise for the rear delts, a little bit of the back as well. So having the exercise here, I think, is a good fit. I try to do it once or twice a week. I usually do it on back and shoulder days. But after that, we'll finish up with working on the back. And we're just going to finish out with the bicep exercises. So here we're going to do some chin-ups with the dumbbell. If you're not, the one thing it does help is the dumbbell helps you keep your core tight by having to squeeze and hold that dumbbell up. But we're going to go from the full rep of the chin-up to just the resistance band. I'm going to use a little stool here for a little bit added height, and that's just adjusting what feels good for you. And then I'm going to do as many reps as I can with the resistance band, and then after that I'm going to step off the stool and do just a few more to decrease while I decrease that resistance. And this is just going to finish up the tricep or the bicep, exercises for back day, and that's going to wrap up the back day exercises, and we're just here finishing up with the core exercises. We're going to do some ab pull downs. I adjust the bands here as needed as I feel a little bit more fatigued going through the week. Sometimes feel a little bit better, so I just go up or down depending on the day, and then we just go ahead and do as many as we can, and we just go through our ab routine to finish off the workout for Tuesday. From here, we're going to be doing our mostly common ab routine now. This is from the ab pull downs to the side lateral raises with the weight, using a bag of rice and a dumbbell here. Not very stable. If you have anything better, I recommend you use that. If you have like a plate or anything that's self-contained, like if I had a 60-pound bag of rice, I probably use that over a 50-pound bag of rice and a 10-pound dumbbell, just because the more things you stack on top of one another, the more unstable it becomes, a little bit more difficult to handle and transition. So just some safety and quality of life things for your exercise to keep in mind. But here we're going to do some leg raises, just kind of a static L-sit hold almost. This is just me working my hip flexors, not really back day, but after doing the leg raises before, I just like to finish it off one day a week with this exercise, try and strengthen those a little bit, because I recognize that it's a pretty big weak spot in my, as I'm doing a little bit more of body weight calisthenic workouts. Yeah, these are pretty tough for me, so I know I gotta do more of them. These after those L-sit raises are pretty tough, so something to keep in mind is the order of your exercises. You see me struggling a little bit here, but we're gonna do these for as long as we can. I'm gonna aim for a minute, take a few seconds break as needed, but then we just go right from the weighted versions to the unweighted version, just to get some more time under tension for the core and the abs. Very important. And we're just going to try and keep our feet elongated and off the floor for about a minute. And the further you stick out your feet here, the more difficult it is. The more you tuck it in, the easier it is. So adjust as needed. And then here we're just gonna do some ab work. I'm using these to replace the using these as a twisting exercise to get some focus on the rotational aspect here. But this is just me changing up the routine to get a little bit of relief from fatigue. But otherwise, that's gonna wrap up another day in the week. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe to get your daily reminders, and otherwise I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.